are back quite amazingly. Maybe we start with a short introduction. Paweł, your first time today.
Today, first time, and as we see, Volvo is not only a safe car, it's also a fast one. So they finished much quicker than expected.
And we do some small stand-up. They also came from China, and Chinese people, they have to be very flexible, and we have to adjust with our plant. And because we have 10 minutes, we decided to speak a little bit about our platform for you. So if you have a coffee and you had a plan to spend the time until 3 or until 4 with us, waiting for a panel which will be conducted by Paweł about humanoids, it will be great to speak a little bit about our platform. We don't have a very specific plan, so maybe we'll present you very shortly what we do right now. For all of the day, today and tomorrow, we try to convince you that digital transformation, in fact, there are 3 parts. First of all, we need to collect data. Second of all, we need to increase efficiency of our operations. Then the last part is automation and robotization. And of course, on top of that, we need what? We need really good planning. So we in our platform, we have 4 components which cooperate together and create us one in one piece, one in one place, all components which are needed for digital transformation on the factory. Paweł, would you like to start with some tools which you like?
I would love to mention things I'm observing in a daily life for us, because we are telling that we have like the 4 components and all the technology necessary for that. But in a practical approach, I see that every company needs slightly different mixture of our solutions to be actually effective in implementation of the technology. And that's what I love about our solutions, is that we are flexible in the approach to that. So we can help to gather the data or just close the gaps in the data you're having. We don't have to cover all the data you need. Maybe you have already some of them. And then we can also find solutions to implement it and check and simulate all the ideas you are having or your managers are having. And this is happening in a safe environment, in a digital twin. In Germany, they call it a glass factory. But right now we're using, of course, the term of digital twin. But I love the idea of having a glass factory where you can, from every point of view, see what's going on. And that's also the approach we are having. And then in the end, of course, from the solutions and the tests we are doing, we can go into our marketplace. But I see Piotr is sharing already the screen, so maybe even we can go slightly deeper in it.
Deeper dive in the technology which we actually have. What you see right now on the screen is our youngest and the first kit. Let's call it like that. It's our IoT system. As you can see very easily, we can track how any station online is working. And what exactly it means, we can track. First of all, we want to know what is the efficiency, of course, how effectively we use the station. In our production world, we used to call it overall equipment efficiency. And in that simple one measure, we can recognize what is the total efficiency of the station, of the line, or even the human which is doing the operation. How we do it? We collect data from very simple tool. And as you can see here, we see what was the number of cycles, what was the time, how many pieces were produced on which stations, which order was done. And the key idea is here on that line. When we see in the green, of course, machine was working, the yellow one. I don't know if you see right that on your screen. I don't know if that colors are the same like on my screen, honestly. But the green one means it works. Red means machine was stopped because some issues, and the yellow means it was planned to stop. And in that way, we are able to first of all recognize what was the efficiency, how many pieces was done, and of course, based on that knowledge, we can also know why the machine was stopped. It was broken because of what kind of reasons, and in that way, quite easily, we can find a way how we can improve the efficiency. What I'm trying to show you here is that this is so easy to collect knowledge about specific operations, and then we can also go much deeper in analyses and see what was the efficiency, how many pieces, blah, 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 all data which are so much needed. Why I'm speaking about that? Because hugely, like 90% of clients which we meet, not only in Europe, people speak that, or company speaks, we have a lot of data, but actually this is not so much true. When we know what is the cycle time and we know what is the overall equipment efficiency, we are able to measure what is the utilization level of our production, what is the capacity on the production, if our team is working in the right direction, how many orders we can confirm. And you perfectly know that there are main questions when manufacturers ask almost every day. Would you like to add some comments on
if I can jump on that subject? I mean, we can already simplify and collect only the necessary data to understand. But if we are having quite a big factory and we are collecting data with a rhythm of like 1 per second per sensor, it's anyway a huge volume of information you are getting. And then that's what the magic of AI is helping us with. We are able to analyze quite deeply what's going on within the factory, and also not only the causality of the problem can be understood, but also the correlations. So how the things are influencing each other, and your decision making. First of all, it will be much quicker. Yeah, you don't need 2 weeks of workings of some data analyst to basically understand the Excel sheet. But you can basically also start to talk to the data with help of AI. And that's also a part what we are preparing for you in the future on our platform, that you can go and have direct conversation with your data and make decisions based on that.
Very often, somebody asks us how we can measure that overall equipment efficiency, how we can collect data about cycle time. Cycle time, easy part. We have sensors which we can adjust on machines, on the, I don't want to say it on the people, but generally we can measure also how people operate in cycles. But this is easy part. More simple, more complicated stuff is how to collect data about overall equipment efficiency. And we just found such simple tool, as you can see on my screen. Look at that. All machines, that last one here, station 4, is connected to our tool. So when I switch my stuff, I do hope, and we see that is a problem with maintenance. In case of, I don't know, changeover, we can just simply change the status for changeover, and automatically it's done. And as you know perfectly, when we collect knowledge, when machine is working, when it stopped, and what was the reason why the machine is stopped. We have all data to have overall equipment efficiency. So when we have data, we can go further. The further means efficiency. And here we are so much proud. Yesterday was GTC in US, and I saw the presentation with NVIDIA delivered. They're so happy that they can present a digital twin on the factory. Actually, we are there like 3 years. Paweł, some comments about the digital twin before I will go into my plant, which was built yesterday?
I think it will be great maybe to show first, and then I add my comment on top of that, because I think the people want to see it more than listen to me.
Probably. Okay, so a couple words about things which we just see on the screen. This is the presentation which was prepared for my yesterday presentation, and tomorrow I'll work on that digital twin presentation on the real factory, how digital twin works. We see here whole process, incoming area, incoming inspection, that warehouse, material, finished good. Then we have section of plastic molding, then plastic injection, then we have CNC sections, then we have some maintenance area, we have assembly area, we have legitimization area, and then we have also quality control and finish good. That's the whole presentation, and there are two main things which we can deliver in that way. First of all, we are able to find all kind of mistakes. Have you ever built your house, for example? You perfectly know how difficult it is to prepare any kind of problems when we build all the walls and we decide when the stairs will be placed and so on and so on. And then when you are there in your house, you say, oh, wow, I didn't foresee something. So if you want to foresee something, you can go into the digital twin, create a structure like that plant, which you can see here on the screen, and quite easily you can see if you have any problem. Tomorrow, more or less the same time, I will present that digital twin, and I will present to you what kind of ambushes were hidden here, which can be avoided when we do such kind of visualization. So this is first thing. Yeah. Second thing is that we are able to do the simulations. Yeah, we can simulate how that factory works. And this is something which is absolutely amazing, because suddenly all of that factory started the operation, and we can see many, many things. We can analyze data. And finally, based on that data, we can see how to improve the operation. So yeah, I don't know if I say anything, for sure not, because I would like to invite you for the meeting which we have tomorrow, but you see that the potential is crazy. Paweł, your comments.
Yeah, I have to add maybe a short story, because you can approach the digital twin in very different ways, and you can use the data in, of course, very various systems. For me, I must say, a few years ago, I was CEO of a production factory in a metal industry, and we had sometimes small orders with 100 pieces, which takes like 1 month of production, and we are thinking, okay, shall we change the layout of our production facility just for this 100 pieces? Yes or no? Yeah. On one side, I have like 20-ton machinery, which I have to move one way or another, but then I have a much smoother process, or I keep it as it is, but like every 2 hours, I need like 16 people to maneuver around the pieces we are working on it. And of course, people are lazy and not lazy, but okay, no one want to move 20 ton from left to right and next month back. Yeah. But when we approach this with our digital twin, I saw it took maybe 1.5 hours of putting the whole production into the practical point of view. And then I could simulate it. And within 20 minutes, I had an answer for the question. And the answer was, if we would have moved the equipment, I would save 1 week of work, which is just huge, right? Yeah. It's just it's incredible. And we never did it because you don't know what is awaiting you. With tools like digital twin, with this, I could just sit, move the stuff around, press play, say, okay, create a whole production day and tell me what the efficiency is then, and then compare it with my actual status right now. And this type of data, and that's the simplest solution you can use our digital twin for, right? You can go much deeper in the process analytics, combination of materials, your warehouse optimization, route optimization, huge applications which are possible. But I hope with the story I can open your mind for the usage.
Yeah, I personally like data analytics when I see that all of the machines are working more or less 60 something OE%. And we would like to say, well, that's pretty okay. But then when we go deeper, we see how operators are occupied. And we see that quite often they're occupied like 20%. What it means? It means that we can collect probably a couple of stations and use the same operators for many actions and reduce number of people. And of course, all of us currently struggle so much with lack of people. So when finally the process is optimized, what we can do next, we should start to think about the robotization. And I invite you so much to our new website, when you can just sign in. Of course, I was signed, so automatically done. If you are not signed, it will only ask you if you are manufacturer or student or system integrator. Then you have to choose only one option, and then you will more or less find the same place where we are right now. And we have here something which is marketplace. And how marketplace works? It's quite simple. Yeah? If you want to buy shoes on the Amazon, you will try to find the right shoes for you. In our case, we would like to make robot supply more or less as simple as like deal on Amazon. So what we did, we created simple process. We start with description, what is technological challenge for our client, like you produce, I don't know, bottles, and you want to make some robotization in your line. So we invite you, please describe what is your process which you want to change in a number of very simple questions. For example, as you can see here with this description, what is the budget estimation, then what will be the project goal, what kind of layouts limitation we can face, and some other information. So we ask you a number of questions, and when we have that questions, we describe in our 3D studio how the process is organized, and you can see this is truly very easy, and then we can find you good solution. What it means, we can find you on the second side of our platform. We have all global robot suppliers. Like we started today at early morning, we started with panel when we have Fanu, Kuka, or Chinese suppliers and ABB and others. So in fact, we have almost all global robot suppliers. We have huge number of system integrators, and they find for you the right solution, technologically well organized, rightly prepared for you, and also very competitive from price perspective. And when the process is well organized, it is ready for automatization, you can buy the solution dedicated for you for our platform. I don't know, Paweł, if it can be easier to present how our marketplace works.
I don't think so, but I would add maybe one thing. It's not only easy for the production facilities, it's also easy for the integrators and technology suppliers to work with this marketplace. Yeah, we want to streamline the work of everyone working on the solution. It shouldn't be just one-sided, and that's also a focus for us. So we are helping all the parties to move as soon as possible and as easily as possible to the goal.
Now, maybe we will, before the finish of our meeting, of course, we have to always remember that we do all of that stuff because of one important reason. We are focusing so much on the bottom line of our company. Yeah, so this is so much important that all of kind of steps like data collections, like improvement of the efficiency, and finally automatization has to be rightly prepared, and of course has to be costly efficient. Yeah, so it's worth to mention that any single robots, any single solution which you want to purchase on our platform, we collect data, what is the estimation of the operation results, and we can calculate what will be the ROI of that investment. That's all of the DBR77 in one place. So I do believe if you are interested about any kind of changes in the organization, if you want to collect data, you want to increase your efficiency, and you finally would just like to think about the robotization, please contact with us.
Definitely. So
definitely.